Video games have dabbled with the use of live-action shorts in the past, but few dive as far in with production quality and length as the ones found in Quantum Break. Is Quantum Break redefining the genre, or is this merely an expensive television plug disguised as a video game? You play the game as Jack Joyce, a young man who's been summoned by your old friend Paul Serene to his Google-like research facility. Serene is a fellow co-worker of your strange brother Charlie, and both have been working on developing a real-life time machine. However, issues of ethics and safety have stalled experiments, and now Serene relies on you. You meet up with your older brother who tries to prevent the experiments from happening, but in doing so triggers a freak accident resulting in you and Serene getting time powers. Serene is trapped in the machine and is forced to the far distant future. What he discovers is that eventually time will simply just end. In order to prevent this from happening, Serene travels back in time and establishes a company called Monarch. Monarch's ultimate goal is to research a method to prevent the end of time. At its core, Quantum Break is an on-the-rails third-person shooter. You make your way through one set piece after another, fending off waves of enemies with standard military weaponry. Sprinkle in time-bending powers, above-average shooter controls, light parkour, and a ludicrous amount of on-screen collectibles, you pretty much have the formula for the game. Much was publicized by the fact that the game natively only runs at 720p on console. However, this is unnoticeable as the game still looks and runs great. We are not 100% sure if the character ghosting we experience is an intentional effect to suit the style of the game. If not, it was a welcome mistake. There are rare occasions of frame stuttering and screen tearing which we were told would be addressed in a day one patch. However, our reviews reflect what's on the disc. Frame rates hold steady and aim mechanics feel smooth, but the cover system feels less refined around walls and obstacles. As expected from professional actors, the voice acting is strong, and live-action cutscenes are shot with movie-like production quality.
I really didn't want it to be you.
You need to listen to me.
Step away from the van. Step away! Right now!
The game is divided into 5 acts. You play an act, reach a decision junction, and then are treated to a lengthy live-action cutscene. Each act is around 45 minutes, and then you reach one of 4 decision junctions of the game. During a decision junction, the game switches to the viewpoint of Paul Serene. During this time, you must make one of 2 decisions which has an impact of the narrative of the game. Although these decisions do not impact the final ending, they do offer various changes to gameplay as well as the live-action episodes.
See those 2 men on either side of you? Well, I'm going to stand. I'm going to leave. And the one on your right is going to shoot you in the head.
By the midpoint of the game, you have 6 time powers at your disposal. Each ability can be further upgraded using chronon sources. Chronon sources are scattered throughout the game with a set amount for each chapter. They can be tracked down using the game's suited detective or eagle vision system, appropriately named Time Vision. Although time-based powers represent the most unique gameplay element in Quantum Break, 85% of the time you can get through the 6 to 8 hour game playing like a typical shooter. Sit back with a long-range weapon and slowly whittle away the enemy numbers, rinse and repeat. By the end of the game, when the difficulty ramps up, the overuse of your powers could place you in a vulnerable situation. This leaves you thinking maybe you should have relied on your gun rather than trying to get up and close and personal with a group of enemies with your time powers. New enemy types are introduced sparingly, and the final encounter is one of the most uninspired boss fights we can think of in recent memory. Overall, Quantum Break delivers an average shooter experience with some interesting sci-fi elements that only half deliver to their potential. Professionally created live-action cutscenes present the most unique aspect of the game. However, they are somewhat cheapened by the fact that the game releases the same day as the new television show of the matching name. This makes the live-action cutscenes feel more like an expensive plug rather than a creative choice. Take away the Hollywood bells and whistles, and what is left is a short and average gaming experience that does nothing to further the medium.
Do I look threatened to you?